The Brock Purdy for MVP campaign has absolutely heated up after his convincing win over the Eagles, where he had 4 touchdowns and over 300 yards, no interceptions on the day. And who is coming to do the campaigning? It is Deebo Samuel and Fred Warner. These guys are absolutely convinced that Brock Purdy should be the winner of the MVP. Both of them today on their respective platforms. I think it was Fred Warner on the Warner House, and you had Deebo Samuel on Up and Adams with Kay Adams talking about Brock Purdy and why he should be considered as the MVP. Take a look right here at what Deebo Samuel had to say about Brock Purdy being the MVP candidate and the front runner at that.
It was just a little different. And so we went in there and, we kind of treated it like another game, but we knew it was a little bit more to this game because of what happened last year. So, we went out there and did what we did and came out with the win.
I love that Brock said that because I was like, I knew it. And there it is. And he said it. And he doesn't really talk that much. And to me, he's somebody who doesn't even hear anything that goes on outside of the X's and O's and what he's focused on any given week. What was it like? And I asked you about the pressure on him over these 10 months with not being there. What was it like sort of helping deliver that win for this quarterback on this team?
I mean, it was amazing. Kind of like what you said, Brock. I don't think Brock paid attention to none of the outside noise or anything like that, because not once all week he was like, yo, all right, let's get ready for this game. Let's do this. I mean, Brock's been the same week in and week out, no matter who our opponent is.
Where's Brock in your personal MVP conversation?
Man, my boy number 1 right now. It ain't up for debate.
I mean, there's a lot of – Tyshawn goes, yeah, oh, yeah, that's the one. Well, can I hear the argument for Brock? What's the case for Brock to be the MVP?
You just got to keep stacking games, stacking days, stacking weeks. So we got to go out here and continue to make plays for him. And I think he'll get the job done for us in the MVP conversation. But I don't think that's his ideal goal of for us, something that he really, really want to accomplish right now. I think at the end of the day, as a whole, as a group, as a team, we want to be standing there at the end of the year holding the Lombardi Trophy.
Deebo Samuel clearly believes that Brock Purdy is deserving of the MVP award based on how he is playing. And to be honest, I love the unselfish support that Deebo has for his quarterback. I think we all understand that the MVP award is basically a quarterback award. And, a guy like Deebo Samuel is proving to be extremely valuable with his 3 touchdowns against the Eagles. Maybe, in a different situation, maybe that player could have been like, well, what about me? Maybe I could be considered as the MVP. He didn't hesitate at all. He said Brock Purdy should be that guy that wins the MVP this year. And it's phenomenal. And then you also have Fred Warner, who's like the leader of the team, defensive captain of the entire team. That's Captain Fred right there. Go on to his podcast with his lovely wife to discuss why they think Brock Purdy should be the MVP. Listen to what they had to say on the matter right here.
Not the top story, but Brock Purdy comes out at the game as the new favorite to win MVP.
Duh. Who else is supposed to win it this season? I'm confused.
The quarterback for the Texans.
Listen, he can have the offensive player or the rookie offensive player of the year award. Rookie of the year award, because
okay.
I mean he's done an outstanding job. It's great.
I'm not saying he should deserve it. I was comparing him.
No, I'm sure his numbers. I don't know what his numbers look like. I'm sure I know he's been having a great year, but no, I can't put him over Purdy.
No, me either.
Her dog is literally first in all the major statistical categories. I'm pretty sure.
I just love how he was just smiling so big and just so just like jolly and happy, and not in a happy way of just like, you guys, like, look at you, like, not in like a gross way, in a way of he was just genuinely happy that you guys had won. That he's just an incredible person, you can see, and an even better quarterback. Like he's the best.
He's the best.
He's the best guy ever.
And if anybody is out there watching and has a say-so on the MVP voting, I'm pretty sure you should either vote Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey. Somebody on the 49ers needs to be winning MVP.
100%.
If it's not, then I don't understand. I know there's some other players out there who are having really good seasons.
Name them.
Dak Prescott has come on as of late, has
Okay.
had a really nice little run he's been having. But I mean, if you take the whole body of work of an entire season, you can't say that. Like, even in the moments where we weren't winning, Brock's numbers were still on the money. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Brock's playing the best on the best team. Like, it's like, come on.
Absolutely.
I'd give him the MVP.
What's understood does not have to be explained.
Exactly.
Brock Purdy has the stats. He has everything. He has the wins. He's on the best team in the NFL. He has everything that you need to build a case for why he should be the MVP, including signature wins against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It really could come down to what happens on Christmas. If Brock Purdy's able to win in convincing fashion against the Ravens, who's a team who's considered to be one of the best in the NFL, that could be the tipping point that ultimately swings every voter towards Brock Purdy being the MVP with 3 signature wins, and obviously plenty more wins where those came from. So Brock Purdy really is the front runner for the MVP. I talked about this before. I was like, I'm not a betting guy, and I remember when his odds, he went from being like close to being the front runner early on in the season, and then when they lost, he dipped out. And I have a lot of faith in Brock. I truly believe he's a really, 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 really good quarterback. So I always believed he was going to bounce back, and I was like, I'm not a betting guy though, but I was like, man, if you were a betting guy, it would be really smart to throw some money on Brock Purdy right now because of the way the odds played out and the way he dropped. And you saw how quickly he could jump up to the top, and he could stay there with a lot more wins. So it's beside the point. The point being is Brock Purdy is deserving of being the MVP. Brock Purdy is doing things that a second-year quarterback typically doesn't do. Regardless of how high you were drafted or any of those things. Brock Purdy is doing a lot of special things right now, and I imagine it's going to continue throughout the season. But you guys let me know, what do you think about Brock Purdy being the favorite, and what do you think about his teammates coming to his support? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.